Hello, and welcome to this really weird place. Yes, you read it right, because today we'll be talking about you and your crush, no one else. Yay! Through the metaphor of plate boundaries. Our first example is Divergent. No, not the movie I don't recommend. Divergent is when tectonic plate you and tectonic plate crush move away from one another. Like when you move to a new place or school and you no longer like each other. Out of sight, out of mind, you know what I mean? Convergent. Are you and your crush arguing and you do it because that's the only reason you have to talk? You have to talk to each other loudly for a really long time together? Then this is you. Tectonic plate you and tectonic plate crush collide. About 80% of earthquakes occur where plates are pushed together. Thanks, Mom. Like, if one of you go too far and hurt each other's feelings, but you still argue anyway. Think of when a continental plate meets an oceanic plate. The thinner, denser, and flexible oceanic plate sinks beneath the thicker and more rigid continental plate. That sinking underneath the other process is called subduction. It causes deep ocean trenches to form, like grudges. And if you want a real-world tectonic plate example, think of the west coast of South America. Wounded by your crush's remark in a cover-up argument, the way you have some form of meltdown is the same as how the rocks pulled down under the continent begin to melt. Sad hearts. Sometimes the molten rock rises to the surface through the continent, forming a line of volcanoes. Disclaimer, I am not a null advocate nor encourager of such a rocky relationship or form of interaction. Remember that this is only a metaphor. Thank you so much. Love, Maria. Transform. After all those ridiculous, pointless arguments, you and said crush wisely drift apart. Yes, that is totally the right thing. Realizing that you're wasting each other's time and emotions. And so tectonic plate you and tectonic plate crush seamlessly slide past one another. Like even if you see your old crush, you no longer like him. Or her. If you're a guy. Hot spot. After years apart, you're both of age and fall in love, turning those little once pointless arguments into your marital language of love or something. The way a plate rides over a rising plume of hot mantle, sometimes causing earthquakes and a chain of volcanoes, like marriage. A marriage is not perfect, but it is beautiful. And if you want a plate tectonic real-world version, think of Hawaii and Yellowstone. And so a decade or two later, you become that cute, cranky, debating old couple, or young, whatever you want to be called anyway. The end.